All right, we are here. Gosh, I don't even know how to start this. I mean, this is monumental. Number one, I would say the group
this
chat.
Is not financial advice.
Well, yeah, let's start with a big one of those, right? So
not financial, not legal.
This is
not
no
any.
advice whatsoever. This is probably actually this whole episode is probably the opposite of advice. So do the opposite of what we say, probably.
Do not listen to anything that comes out of our mouth in the next 10 minutes.
Right.
But it will be entertaining.
But it will be great.
Entertaining.
So number one, I guess the easiest way to start is, for those of you that are even mildly familiar with Bitcoin, you're familiar with the character Satoshi. The mysterious creator. Some people think it might be a group of people, might be one person. There's guesses on who it is. Nobody really knows. The creator of Bitcoin. I guess we can say we have the group chat Satoshi here in the office. And unlike the mystery of the real Satoshi, here he is. His name's Mark, and this is what he looks like.
If you go on YouTube and see his face.
Oh man, but here we go. I mean, I think it was like the last episode or maybe one before where we were talking about the Trump coin, and we just sort of said, oh, we should have a coin. And God damn it, the power of having a community. And whatever, Mark, I don't know if you had already had this or if you started it after you heard us. We'll learn all of that. But here we are a week later, and not only do we have a coin, we have our own Satoshi. We have the whole thing.
The fuckery is just completely out of control.
Shit coins is what we call them. We have our own shit coin.
We have a shit coin, and it started because I think on Monday in the Discord said, we should create a Kathy coin or create a coin.
I think he said, do we have a coin yet?
Do we have a coin yet?
So what inspired me to make that comment was Brian Armstrong tweeted, the CEO of Coinbase, that 1 million tokens are being created a week. 1 million.
Shit coins.
Probably.
Yes. Well, I mean, there's no utility to Bitcoin.
Mostly shit.
David Sachs, who's our crypto czar, says meme coins are collectibles. So he tweeted it. So we're federally allowed to do this under this new administration. So it's federally approved per our crypto czar, per the CEO of Coinbase, to launch whatever you want, however you want.
And here we are. Who are we to stay out of the party?
That gave me the reason to put in the Discord. I knew someone was smart enough because, I'm a crypto dinosaur. I don't know how this new world works.
Right. Yeah, you don't know anything.
And
you're like a gold collector.
I figured someone else would.
Yep.
And here's Mark.
I'm Mark.
So for those who haven't been listening to group chat for a long time, it's almost been probably 2 years. We launched a private Discord, we actually launched it during the NFT craze because we did a Kathy, which a Kathy is what we call the listeners of the podcast, and so we created 500 or 1,000 different versions of Kathy's, and a bunch of Kathy's bought it. And one of the things we wanted to do is, instead of just having an open community where anyone can chat, whatever, you pay this $250. It was the goal was to be a closed community of people so that people can talk freely. And to be fair, the Discord is very entertaining. There's incredible content on there. There's our guy who does the football picks. There's political commentary.
It's a great group, for sure.
Yeah, it's a very entertaining community of people, and everyone's really nice and helpful. And it's why, I always tell people why do you want to push the podcast more? I was like, there's just enough people that listen where it does not negatively affect my life.
I know. I feel the same way.
It's just this is the sweet spot. It feels like a family where I could say whatever the fuck I want.
It's Thanksgiving dinner.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could just freely talk.
Yeah. America.
Yeah.
It's not America once you leave the internet. It gets too crazy. Even the clips we put on TikTok are very carefully picked that don't talk about politics, don't talk about religion, don't talk about anything that may ruffle people's feathers, because we all have jobs, careers, businesses.
But with that said, any TikTok clip that goes viral is because people are talking shit about us.
Yeah, which is fine. Right. That part, but it's
probably
over
why we don't break
over
through to that next level, which we don't really want to, is because we don't stir the pot. We actually do the opposite.
Yeah,
publicly. We try to stay away from controversy.
We'll stir the pot to the listeners.
Yes.
That's it. And then
The pot's stirring right now.
the pot is stirring. We're stirring the pot for the first time. So fast forward, we've had this Discord for the last 2 years. Anand says, let's do this shit coin and
Meme coin. That's the word.
And Mark, within 4 minutes, says, here you go. It's live. Which is one, very scary that it's that easy.
I mean, how else are million coins?
It was so easy. It was my
Is this your first coin?
Yeah.
Okay, you're not
I
like
have
a
real
full-time
day
shiller?
job. No, I'm like a real. I'm a real person.
You're not Satoshi.
So he pops out Kathy, and within minutes, other people in the Discord start biting. And so, just to give people context, he launched it, and I clicked on it, went to my Phantom wallet, and it was worth $8,000. The market cap of this coin. And I think it was Sunday night. I think because I was maybe it was Monday night. I was on my computer in our living room, and I'm watching it go from 8,000 to 12,000 to 14,000. And I was like, shit, I got to buy some. I don't own any. So I bought $100. And all of a sudden, like in the matter of hours, there's a lot of action happening on it.
Yeah.
And so what I don't understand is I understand the people in the Discord were going to buy it and support it just for fun. And we basically said, we're going to figure out what the hell to do with this over the next 48 hours so that we can announce it on the pod to the Cathys so that everyone can participate if they want to. Not financial advice. Don't buy it, but it's all for fun. And all of a sudden it starts going up and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And explain to us what is happening.
Sure. So Pump.Fun is a platform where you can just drop a coin and it's really easy. It's like setting up an email address almost. And I came out with the coin, Kathy. I put it out. And once it drops, this platform is very good at facilitating these things for people and facilitating growth. So it becomes on the platform and they incentivize people to buy it by setting certain parameters and certain thresholds where it becomes live or it becomes marketed. So initially we started 8,000. People in the Discord started buying. And then, somebody I think bought right away because they just saw there's a lot of activity, a lot of traction, and they just want to jump on. Yeah. I mean, there are people that will track other wallets and just buy what somebody else buys because they think that they know what they're doing. And then it gets ranked. There's a leaderboard and it's just it's very gamified.
Yeah.
Right. And this may go back to the theme of what you guys talk about. A lot of times it connects with gambling, right?
Yeah.
In that conversation. But you were saying.
So it's similar every quarter. If you own a certain percentage of a stock, we're talking public equities, U.S. stock market, you have to file a filing disclosing what you own. So Warren Buffett has to do it. Bill Ackman has to do it. Yep. All like the big dogs. And then people trade based on like, oh, Bill Ackman just added $300 million of Delta Airlines.
Yeah.
And then the retail Joe starts buying Delta Airlines. So it's similar to like people following wallets that have been successful. They see someone buy it. They're like, oh, maybe I should buy it.
Yeah. So it's just blind faith.
Yes. But it's similar to the U.S. stock market.
Yeah, that's true.
It's all the same.
Warren
right?
Buffett buys something. We just all go buy it.
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi trades. We copy.
Yeah. Everyone wants to trade like Nancy Pelosi.
Right.
So we do this Pump.Fun thing. So explain to us, there's 1 billion coins.
Yeah. And then they slowly release it through a bonding curve. There's a formula that makes, I'm learning with you guys at the same time. It's not.
Well, we know nothing.
Well, I know a little
bit more than nothing. And so when you started it, you said you funded it with 3 Solana.
3 Solana, which was 100 million coins.
Okay.
Out of the billion.
And what Solana is like 250?
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 750.
So
I dropped in
like
750
filing an
to just see
LLC.
what would stick and what would happen.
But how did they think your $750 represented a market cap?
So once people start buying
I guess if you said when you did the 3 Solana of $900 something, did you say this represents 10% of $1 billion?
No, they said it. I think all coins on Pump.Fun start out at $1 billion.
Okay.
And then their formula establishes what the value is. And then as people buy it, they release more coins, and it has a correlation to what they set the price at.
Yeah.
So that's how that works.
So
I think
to think about it in real world terms,
Yeah.
to start a company, $800 you get an LLC.
Yeah.
$750 we got a coin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting to make those parallels, following the wallets, who's invested in the biggest companies in the world.
Let me
So-
also say,
so
I see why this is such an appetizing rug pull for like huge, like Haktua girl. Like, of course,
Yeah.
if it's this easy and she just has to say Haktua coin is the next biggest thing and people believe it and they buy it and you can make $10 million overnight. Like, this is, I get it.
This is
you know,
scary.
yeah, it's like, but I get why there's a
This was-
temptation to do it.
This was rampant in 2020 and 2021.
Yeah.
There was rug pulls all over
Yeah.
crypto.
well, there's the fake Kathy coin.
Yeah. There's also another Kathy coin that's worth more than ours.
Yeah, there's a fake Kathy coin that has a $2.34 million market cap.
What's our current
And it has
market
our
cap?
faces on it. What the
But it's fake. If you put money in it, it just sucks it out, I think.
Yeah. Just steal the money.
That's why it's $2 million.
Do we know who created that one?
No.
I don't know how to figure
I
that
don't
out.
know. Yeah, someone
So,
smarter.
let's get back to
Jeez.
the story. So
This is
you
fucking
funded it,
the Wild West.
and then how did it determine that your 3 Solana represents 9.75% of the total population of coins?
Math. I don't know. There's
Okay.
there's an article that explains it.
Okay, so you now have 10% of the float,
Right.
and other Cathys in the Discord started buying, and then randoms started buying.
Yes.
And so now I saw there's like 160 unique holders
Mm-hmm.
of this coin. The market cap currently sits at, let's take a look at this.
Because 150 grand before we headed out here.
Well,
and it peaked at like 260K, I think.
okay, well, it's now dropped. It's the dip. The dip
Buy
has
the dip.
arrived. Don't buy the dip. The market cap now, according to the app, says 185,000.
That's not bad.
That's good. That's higher than what we were 10 minutes ago. What are you
That's
talking
great.
about?
Yeah, no, but it's down from its all-time high.
Yeah.
This is our
So is
earnings, this is our earnings call.
This is the earnings call. You know.
We don't know. I guess 3
We tried our
Solana.
best.
So right now, it's worth $185,000 is the market cap. I jokingly said, what is the utility of this? And, you know, first everyone's like, bro, this is not 2021 utility. And so, you know, I thought it'd be fun to have some utility. Mark suggested a party at a certain market cap. I said a party at Harriet's at $500,000. But it would be great if people gave feedback on utility of owning. Maybe once you own $1 million, because I think $1 million is like, I don't know.
No, million's nothing. What are you talking about?
I know. I'm just saying, but to make it really simple.
And it's funny that Pump.Fun makes you start at $1 billion, because I had friends saying like, oh, I just bought 13 million coins, and they feel psychologically like, oh, I own so much of this, but it was like $500.
Yeah,
Right.
but that's the idea.
fun.
That's the fun,
It's fun.
yeah.
I own
Pump.Fun.
the name is Pump.
Pump and fun.
I mean, what else? So it's still like the core values of the company is fucking pump and dump.
So we were like, oh, we got to take it somewhat seriously. So we have a party planned. That's one utility for holders. But, you know, one of the ideas was, you know, giving some to guests, giving some to the Discord. So we want to make sure that everyone in our Discord gets it. It's only for people. The first batch of coins were only for the original Discord people. So there's like 700 people in there, I think. Those people, we're going to figure out how to get that to you. We first have to figure out how to get the fucking coins first. and then we'll figure out how to get it to you guys. And so for transparency reasons, there's 1 billion coins. We're going to own 9.75% as a collective group here. We're going to figure all that out later. And then it's a free market.
And if you'd like to join, you download the Phantom Wallet. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, Mark.
Yeah, that's good.
You should have Mark explain for people who aren't very savvy in this exactly how you step by step, how you go about doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you go to the App Store, download a Phantom wallet.
Also, keep in mind, if you're one of the people that needs these instructions, you probably shouldn't buy it. I feel the need to say that again.
So I the way that I actually did it, I'll say, because I'm like between like crypto illiterate and an expert. I'm probably in the middle. And so I basically was like, okay, I have a Phantom wallet because I bought a bunch of shit coins back in the day. All I did was I went to my Robinhood account that had some ETH. I sent it to my Phantom wallet address because within Robinhood you can send. It was super easy. And then I copied and pasted the address, dumped it in Robinhood. It sent it $100, $100 worth of ETH. I swapped it to Solana. I then swapped the Solana to Kathy, and now I'm rich.
Make sure you get the right Kathy if.
Oh, yeah. You
How do you know the right one?
Take your money.
So the end of our contract address is pump, P-U-M-P, the last 4 characters of the contract. That's one way of knowing, or just look at the market cap, and if it's what we said it was, ballpark, hopefully, it may go up from there, but you just want to verify you're in the right one.
I think the best is put it in the show notes. That way everyone sees the actual
contract address.
Yeah, that's the safest place. But if you want to make sure that it's real, make sure you do the show notes. If you're interested in this, and you should not be, and I'm going to keep clarifying that, peek out at $10.
Yeah, agreed. And look, it's great.
Treat it like, what would you put on a DraftKings bet? That's how I would treat it.
The thing that I do believe in is I feel like every celebrity, I don't know how you would avoid pump and dumps and all that stuff, but I feel like every celebrity or public figure should have like almost a stock, or I guess the easiest way to do it is a coin. And like you should be able to bet on, like, I don't know, you want to bet on Theo Vaughn, like he has a new special coming out on Netflix, and I feel like you should be able to bet on public figures the same way you can bet on stocks. And I feel like for that aspect, it's fun. Like, we get a huge guest. You think the pod's going to blow up? More people are going to hear about the coin. You want to place a bet? I don't know. That to me feels like
I like that. I like that idea. I think the key piece to it, to your point, is that like the talent can't sell it. If they sell it, it should
be on a platform or something. Right?
Like it needs to be an escrow where maybe you could sell like 1% of your holding a month, right? Like that's the only way. Otherwise, everyone gets fucked.
Right.
Yeah, there's vesting periods for some of these celebs who've launched coins. Yeah. So Portnoy released on Monday. He did a video. He's doing a meme coin.
Yeah. He's like, perfect for this.
And he's like, I'm just trying to figure out what my angle is. But if you think about Davey Day Trader, it would go viral immediately.
Yeah.
That's how I arrived at the $750. I'm like, what would I want to do? Just this podcast is something I really appreciate. I want to support. I'm just going to throw some money in to just show that I appreciate it. And that's where it came from. And I think a lot of this is like identity and supporting something, that's Trump coin or anything else. And
so I guess it's more like, it is more like a fan club. Because I remember as a kid, I used to pay money monthly to be in fan clubs of like a music group. I think like a Nirvana fan club. They just took $25 a month from me. What did they give me? A fucking poster?
You get concert dates.
Early access concert.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't go to concerts. I wasn't allowed to go. I mean, like, it's just...
Want to be a part of something. I
think that's really what it is. And then you're then telling your friends, oh, I own Kathy or I own Dave Portnoy coin. It's a funny thing to say that you support. I guess it's no different than a fan club.
It's like the closest we can get to OnlyFans,
Well, can I say something where
what?
Can I say where I think this is going? I think eventually people like college athletes can IPO themselves.
Oh yeah.
They sell their coin, but it's tied to
future earnings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you take a risk with that one athlete. If you think it's a sleeper, his coin's valued less, you buy into it.
This is not tied to any ghost stock.
No, this isn't.
Right. But I think it'd be cool if you could like short people and you could
100%.
I have a 13-year-old that's got money in Prize Picks. He's making so much money on Prize Picks because you literally.
What is Prize Picks? I don't know what it is.
These are prop bets, but instead of teams or statistics, you're betting on an individual. Like, is this guy going to get more than 1.5 touchdowns in the game? And you parlay them. So he'll say, this guy, he can do between sports. So he can say, this guy is going to get more than 10 rebounds. Saquon's going to get 1 touchdown. And one night, because of the odds, he'll take $25 and get 200.
And he's
Travis Kelce is one of the biggest ones they bet on these things. How many touches and yards he gets.
Wow. I mean, you could just bet on stuff like how many times will Joe Rogan say something on a podcast?
Yeah, literally. You should just be able to bet on fucking. I mean, I guess you kind of can already. Bet on anything. Yeah, I do the idea of being able to invest in people as brand. Like, people are the new brands. You know, we talk about personal brands and all that stuff. Like, I just feel like you should be able to bet on them like the stock market, or like I said, bet on, hey, I think so and so is about to pop off. I think they're going to have it. Shane Gillis, I think is going to have a huge year. He's doing this, that, whatever. Like, you should be able to bet on that.
And you should be able to give the talent a portion of the money so that it can help invest in their career, like a record label does, right?
Right.
They find like a young artist, they give them an advance.
Like, imagine if we bet on Post Malone stock when we first had him in the office.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
We'd all be billionaires.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's a cool, like, you should be able to participate in that way. I think that'd be cool. So
yeah, it is cool. I think right now it's just purely fun and basically
pump fun.
But there's something there.
There's something there. I just don't think no one's incentivized to figure it out right now, because what's our competition? What's the fart coin? How much is the fart coin worth?
Fart coin's $1 billion, I think.
is it called
That is
fart?
what we're up against.
Is it fart coin?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. Okay, well, we're coming for you, fart coin.
I'm curious why this is different than 21, because all this was going on in 20.
What do you mean? Why it's different?
I feel like it's been legitimized.
No, but
It's just people are used to the bullshit now.
Yeah, it's different. You're now everyone's
mainstream.
expecting the rug pull.
Yeah, they're actually
Now it's
looking,
not like they're just like, I just have to get out before the rug pull. Before it was like, because I remember in 2021 when Amit came on the pod and talking about, blockchain and community, and that shit's all gone now.
Yeah, but also the environment's different. Legally and the government and everything else, people feel more comfortable doing it. I mean, look, I have a day job. I won't say what I do. But
he's Satoshi. He's mysterious.
Now I feel more comfortable. I was like, hey, I'll do this. But before our president did it, it was like, maybe it's not legal. Maybe the SEC is going to come knocking on my door.
Plus, I feel like the North Star is like GameStop and Doge. Like, when people look at like how to get rich, they're looking at, I got to catch the next GameStop or the next Doge on the way up and just miss the dump, and dodge the bullet there. I think that's legitimately, I mean, I was just in a room where a 28-year-old guy and a like 56-year-old mom were trading advice on crypto. And it was literally just how you get the next shit coin before the dump. How do you ride it on the way up? And this is a mother and a kid, not mom and son.
Did you tell them about Kathy?
Well, it was before.
Yeah. Did you show some Kathy?
It was before. But like literally anything from like a retired or borderline retired mother to a kid is trying to figure out. But when they don't look at like how to get in on Apple early, like a really great American company. They look at how to get in on the next shit coin and ride it on the way up and get out before the dump.
I guess people are okay with the dump now.
Yeah. You just want to catch it early.
Yep.
Well,
all right. So we're holding.
We're holding. Yeah, we're not going to rug pull. We're not going to dump. We're here for pump and fun, All right. Well,
oh my God.
Mark,
all right.
Thank you, man. Thanks
Mark.
for jumping on and being so proactive here.
It's going to be very entertaining. And what's funny is I generally put do not disturb on my phone during work hours because I don't want to get distracted.
Now you're disturbed.
But now I literally yesterday I had to because the notifications on Discord are now going to my Apple Watch. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I need to fucking turn this thing off. You're
gonna drive yourself
and
insane.
And then finally at night I got on it and it was like hundreds of messages of It's fun. It's at the very least, it's extremely entertaining.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing it. It'll be fun to see what happens. And I'm open for all utility advice. We should do something fun.
Yeah. Pop in the Discord.
Hop in the Discord. Yeah. How do you get chattycathyclub.com?
There's a link in the bio on
Okay.
our Instagram. And then if you're having issues after you buy the Cathy Club, DM the Instagram and I'll help you out.
Okay. Great.
Love it. Okay.
All right. Well,
Here we go.
Fun times at the very least. So shall we get into some news?
Yep. Okay. So first and foremost, I mean, look, have we been getting any complaints about all the Trump stuff, Josh?
I don't get him. I'm sure Anand gets
I get
his.
a ton.
Okay.
He
great.
gets a ton. All I get is pro-Trump support.
Right. So look,
You are
Kathy's
always right, D.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
know what
right,
you're talking
right.
about.
Nostradamus.
I get all
Nostradamus.
the
Hey, you want to know? I have
all
a
the anti-Trump.
quick thing. Well, first of all, let me just say, Kathy's, kind of, this is how it's going to be. I mean, we literally have a new president that the administration is moving at fucking crazy warp speed with like a constant barrage. Like even I watch like financial news, Bloomberg and stuff during the day, and it's all just Trump news because it's just constant updates. So there's just so much action. The other thing is, I really feel like we should, just for shits and gigs, we should submit a request for the White House press.
What if they say yes?
I don't think you have to go, but wouldn't it be funny to like post that we got approved? Or you could
It'd be good
send.
for the coin.
How do you apply?
There's a website.
It's
Okay,
like
Josh, apply.
whitehouse.gov/something
And-
I mean,
media.
if we start
just-
2025 with a fucking meme coin and a White House press pass, we're on fire.
And by the way, I do like the idea that it's opening up the press pass to a broader audience. It's so much more relevant.
Yeah.
You should have Alex Cooper and the Nelk Boys there.
Yeah,
They reach more people.
you should.
I mean, Trump definitely benefited from all the podcasters and
No, but let John Favreau in there too. Let everyone in there. Who gives
Yeah.
a shit? He doesn't care. He's gonna let everyone in.
I just want to get the approval and like print it and frame it and put it in the studio. No one even has to go.
We gotta go
but
once.
we gotta
I'll
apply.
throw on us soon. So, Mr. President, what do you think about the Cathy coin?
To the moon, diamond hands. Yeah. So anyway, that was off topic, but I just I do think we should apply, and of course, we just have another day full of action here from the White House. So Doge. It seems like, I didn't really know what to expect from Doge, the whole concept of it and like what's it actually going to look like in practice. It seems like they are just fucking going for it and making quick moves. So the big thing now is they're claiming that they're saving the US government $1 billion per day.
Yep.
We've seen this like attempted pause on government, benefits that kind of got pulled back. We've seen them offer federal employees a buyout.
2 million federal employees got offered early retirement, 8 months of pay and benefits, and they're expecting 5 to 10% of people to take it.
that's if you don't want to come into the office 5 days a week.
Yeah,
Yep,
which
and
a
they
lot of people
resign
don't.
immediately, and they're saying that could save $100 billion. So now we're talking about $1 billion a day, $100 billion here. I mean, what the fuck? We are just
We're booming.
we're dozing.
And what's interesting is so in the fiscal year of 2024, the US deficit came in at 1.8 trillion. So if you assume the Doge thing pans out to 365 billion at billion a day, if they can figure out how to do it for the whole year, that's almost 20% right there. Let's assume the federal employees, some percentage happens there. Like you could cut the deficit potentially by half this year.
Right.
This year.
I also think it's pretty reckless. So he said he's going to freeze loan grants and it basically froze Medicaid and people couldn't get money. And then a judge had to overturn the whole thing. They're moving pretty reckless. And I just wish it was a little more well thought out. A lot of the things they've issued have already been overturned by judges.
Right.
And there's a right way and a wrong way. If you want to cut the deficit, I think everyone wants to, both
I think
sides.
it has to be done like that because if you make it a committee decision, it'll get discussed and nothing will ever happen. So I agree it's reckless, But I actually think it's the only
Because
way to
people
do
get,
it.
if you can't access Medicaid, the portal didn't work.
But it was a 12-hour fucking lag.
Still, I mean,
But it's the same thing that's happening in the deportations. The intention is to deport illegal aliens that are criminals. In that, unfortunately, other people get swept up in it. And they have to figure out a way to correct it and figure that out. But like, we have gone, like the deportation is such a big thing. I saw Selena Gomez just crying that all these people were getting. And then when you look at the stats, Obama deported 3 million people. Bill Clinton deported 12 million people. This is not an uncommon thing. People just don't like the tact of how he does it. This behavior is pretty normal.
Right.
Like whether it's deportation or cutting costs, there is collateral damage when doing rapid change. It's the same thing that happens in innovation and disruption. AI is coming so fast. The collateral damage of AI is going to be so fucking bad. But who are we going to blame when that happens? Nobody.
There's nothing to blame because that's the private enterprise.
I know,
this is affecting citizens.
Yeah, but there's a net positive to citizens afterwards.
The problem is he's running it like Twitter, which he can do because that's a private company and it affects Twitter. He owns the company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if he wants to fire everyone, he can.
Yeah.
But the way he's running Doge, Elon, it's affecting citizens that have nothing to do with Elon or the
but
government.
I think the argument would be, and
though.
I agree with you on, and I don't think that it's like perfect and awesome, but I also agree with D that I don't know that there's like, I feel like the last administration was all about feelings and not really much about action. And this one is tending a little bit more towards action and kind of skipping feelings. But the way that I look at it is, look, it was very clear that Elon planned to do this and that this was part of what you were voting for if you voted for Trump, and he won. And it's just sort of like kind of like a private company. Like he's the new CEO. He was elected. This is in line with what he said he was going to do. And now he's going to do it. And if it's wrong, there will be broad public backlash and we'll see it in the midterms. But there's a system here to figure this out. Is the majority really upset? Or what if the majority of people in this country feel like, yeah, kind of more like D feels like, yeah, you're going to miss some, you're going to make some mistakes, but we're happy that this change is happening. Then it's a net positive if that's the sentiment. We don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we know, but I know
you'll know in the midterms.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's the earliest to know if the United States people are okay with what happened. If they're not, they'll vote.
Most incumbents, both Democrat and Republican, in the first midterms gets flipped.
Yeah.
Right.
So especially if you're not making progress, right? On anything. And most presidents make very little progress in the first year. This guy's going for it. Fuck it. Let's just roll the dice and be aggressive. So I think the piece to see is he has a mandate to make change. He's making change. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to get pissed off over the change. We'll have to see how it shakes out. But it's, to be fair, he's at least doing it.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
And I think that what's going to happen is like,
because he didn't do jack shit in the first term. In my opinion, he didn't do jack shit.
Well, not like this. I mean, I think that when you zoom out and like, the first 100 days, let's say, of the presidency, which is the point where everyone kind of goes back and does a little audit. Like if he's able to say we cut 20% of the deficit, people are going to forget that it was kind of painful at the moment. And they're going to be like, holy shit. So once again, I'm speaking as just someone who's watching it and learning as I'm seeing what's going on. Like, I'm really curious to see how this plays out because you see how aggressive they're being. Government usually isn't this aggressive at all. But does it work?
So the one thing I wish Doge does, because they have the ability to, is to go through the last 5 administrations and expose everything that everyone was approving.
Right.
Because now everyone's just dunking on the last 4 years. Let's see what happened what about 2016 to 2020? What was Trump approving? What was going waste under his watch?
Why would they do that? Why would you do that? That's fucking stupid. Why would you?
But that's my point. This is like,
but that's
this isn't
that's
like an honest conversation. Everyone's like, Doge. It's not an honest conversation.
You're cutting stuff Trump approved.
I just wish Doge exposed it.
I personally would like to see what every administration approved, but it makes total, they would never do that. It's like, let's just clean it up now. They know, I'm sure they know, like, yeah, fuck, we we did some wild shit too back in 2016. But why would you ever, to their credit, I don't think that they are overly dunking on any one administration.
Now that Drama has left, we'll get into some other news. I think the big news is the Deepseek talk. So the big update from Monday or Sunday was the first thing that happened was any new people downloading Deepseek had to have a Chinese phone number. So that was the big update. Everyone wanted to know why. My guess is they couldn't handle the load of the number of people that were downloading it, and they needed to just slow it down. I think everyone now feels confident that they had 50,000 GPUs. I don't think anyone believes the $5.5 million thing anymore.
Yep.
And so what happened was originally NVIDIA stock got crushed. The second day the stock went up. Today it's down a little. I think the fear of NVIDIA is over. You still need all their GPUs to get going. So I think NVIDIA is in the clear. Microsoft and OpenAI came out and said that Deepseek trained on their models, and there's some privacy concerns over that. Those are like the big updates that happen. And so Sam Altman kind of has been taking shots at them. Deepseek guy seems to be taking a shot at them. Deepseek is backed by a hedge fund, and
The CCP.
yeah, and
Not really. I mean, yes, the quant guy started it.
yeah,
But
the hedge
there's
fund-
no like debate by
course.
anyone that CCP is behind
so
it.
there could argument be made that he was shorting NVIDIA. The fund was shorting NVIDIA, and they made a bunch of money. So it's all kind of happening in real time. The platform is caused complete chaos in the public equity markets, at least on Monday. Tuesday it rebounded, and today I think was more about the Fed and not making an indication on interest rates, really, whether they're going up or down. But I don't know. It's gotten quiet on it. There's other things that are more exciting now, so I feel like we've moved on.
I think it doesn't matter how DeepSeek did it. What does matter is they gave it away for free. And even if you're a new user and you can't sign up because you're not a Chinese, an American kid in a Stanford dorm can do this now.
Yeah.
And they prove that you can just open source it. So,
but you did need OpenAI's model to
of
do
course.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the cat's out of the bag now.
Yeah.
They released the source. So the source code is out. So the way I think about it is 4 years ago, I used to think that engineering was like the end all be all. Like that's how you can guarantee a job, guarantee to make money. I think that's out the window. I think what this has proven is AI is going to get commoditized. It's going to be released. Companies that had 100 engineers need like 10. And the real thing is, I was thinking about this week, that it's basically what's happened in such a short period of time is AI went from this crazy technical thing that you had to be so sophisticated to crack. Now anyone will be able to use it and build on it. And you basically are a sales and marketing arm. So you would think about it like anyone can launch a t-shirt brand tomorrow and be on Shopify the same day.
Yeah.
Like same way we launched a coin in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You could launch a Shopify brand in 10 minutes.
Yeah. But that's been happening for 10 years.
What?
You can launch a Shopify brand in 10. Yeah.
My point is now this is everything technical.
Yeah.
So unless you have a lock-in of customers and it makes it so much easier to get outcompeted because anyone can do it for so cheap.
So it comes with distribution is everything.
Sales and marketing is now the new way to prove your worth.
That's the only thing I'm good at. So I'm going to be rich in the new economy.
Maybe, but that's what it proved. Like you don't need to be that technical. You need a few technical people.
Yeah. And I think that was where we were heading because
people said like, oh, by 2027, you don't need any engineers in your
maybe
company.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Now it's going to be like this year.
Yeah. There was already a decline in software job openings, software job hires. And I think the only thing we did say, I think you have to be the best software engineer, then you'll always have a job. But if you're a mediocre software engineer, you probably don't have a place anymore.
And the winners are like companies like Facebook.
Yeah.
They're going to slash how much more cash flow are they going to spit out?
Yeah.
Because they can cut
and
the
they already have the
team.
distribution. So whatever happens in AI,
doesn't matter.
he will always win because he has distribution.
Yeah. And I think Google too.
Yeah.
Most of any tech company spend at scale, if there's scale,
People.
is tech talent.
Yeah.
That's your highest P&L, part of your P&L. And if you think about,
It's just L.
yeah, now it's just L.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to be winning.
Yeah.
A lot of existing companies that have incumbent customers are going to significantly increase their cash flow because they're not going to need the engineers.
So I would even take it one step further. I think everyone knows the big tech is going to get more efficient. I think what people are underestimating is the rest of like the industrial economy is going to get so much more efficient, where like your typical 10% EBITDA company that's churning out 20% growth a year or 10% growth a year becomes so efficient that they shit like 30% EBITDA, right? Customer service gone, data entry gone, this gone.
I mean, any big company, it's impossible to get a human on the phone.
Yeah.
If you need customer service. I had to deal with bank fraud last week.
Yeah.
3.5 hours on the phone talking to robots.
Yeah. Why were you doing? Did you do it on the app?
Well, I was trying to find out who was frauding me.
I'll tell you that a lot of the customer service I do now, whether it's on Amex or Delta or American Airlines, I'm in the chats and it's all AI.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking good. Like they don't,
For the
I don't need
basics,
to talk to Pradeep in fucking Bangalore.
no, for the basic stuff, I agree. Like if you want to change your flight, get a refund, fine.
Yeah.
But mine was a little more serious.
I think the bank views it as like, we don't give a fuck. And you're going to have to wait 17 hours to finally get Mary from Oklahoma on the phone.
Yeah. And still not get the right answer.
Yeah. So they're like, whatever, at least they can.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Yeah. But I think it's a pretty seismic shift. And I think it was going to be my loser of the week, which is big tech, because no one knew you could do this.
Yeah. I'm going to go the other way. They're bigger winners.
They're going to eventually win.
Yeah.
But everyone was blindsided.
Yeah.
That this is possible.
I think the other thing that we should potentially
Or do you think the engineers were like, we know you can do this. We need to keep our jobs.
Yeah. I think that like, I don't think these people are dumb. I don't think anyone at OpenAI is dumb.
But from what I heard from Google, and then a friend told me in Facebook, they had like critical, like
all hands on deck.
All hands. Why did we not know this could happen?
Yeah.
From all the engineering teams.
Yeah, I honestly think it was a really good wake up call for American technology companies. And I do think like, the question becomes, do you have export controls on where NVIDIA sells it? Or you say, fuck it, go nuts. And
the thing
let
is,
the free market be the free market.
We know now that they had the most sophisticated NVIDIA chips.
Yeah.
That's pretty much been exposed.
That's what I said on Sunday. I knew there's $5.5 million bullshit.
But can they reverse engineer the chips and make them themselves now that they have so many and they figured out how to use it?
So
that I'm not technically
so I
sound
think
to understand that.
I think that's doable. It's time. It's CapEx to have the machinery. It's time to develop the machinery, manufacture it. So you could do it 100%, but it's not going to happen in 6 months. It's going to take a year or two.
And then the last thing I have to say on this is it's not an accident when China released this first week of the Trump presidency.
Yeah, I want to fuck with him.
Because he's talking real big.
Yeah.
Said he talked to Xi on the day one of the presidency.
Yeah.
And threatened him and this and that. And then they're like, okay, they've had this.
Yeah.
This is not a coincidence when it came out.
Yeah.
We're at war with China and now they know Trump's a bully.
Yeah.
And he's talking real slick, and
I love it.
They're like, yeah, all right.
I'm glad he's in charge during this matter, and I'm glad David Sachs is the AI czar.
I thought, I don't know, he says it's the greatest first week of presidency. I think it's terrible. We just showed we're losing the AI war.
Well, that's not his fault. That's Facebook, Google, and Meta and Microsoft's fault.
I'm just saying.
Maybe
optics,
the Silicon.
You
Maybe
guys
we should
always
pull
talk
money.
about optics. Optically,
the people who voted for him thinks he had an amazing week.
yeah, because they don't even understand what just happened.
Yeah, but that to say that what happened with Deepseek falls on Trump is obscenely dumb.
No, I don't think so. I think China was working on this and they used it as this is their missile. And they were waiting to launch the missile. They got Trump in and they launched the missile.
They didn't get Trump in. They had nothing to do with him.
No, I'm saying Trump got in.
Yeah.
And they launched a missile week 1.
Yeah, of course. I agree with that piece, but
So
I
it's
don't
not to
think
say it's dumb.
but I don't think it's dumb to think that it falls on it's his responsibility.
Everything is what happens in your administration. It doesn't matter. No president actually controls the economy. No president creates job growth.
That's absolutely incorrect. You know that if you make
So Biden had the highest job growth in the
but it was
in the
all
4 years.
federal employees. That's the problem.
Not all, but it was
No, but
some,
that's where the
still,
growth came.
unemployment was at the lowest.
23% of people
And
in this
we're-
country work based on federal funds. That's too many fucking
So
people.
now we're gonna have unemployment.
Yes, it's going to be pain.
Yeah.
It'll be a dramatic pain in our country for the next 3 to 4 years because you have to cut to rebuild.
I'm just telling
Yeah.
you, they launched a missile. Let's see what we do.
I'm so glad we have someone like David Sachs there as opposed to the dummies in the Biden administration.
He's definitely intelligent enough to give advice. Let's see who listens.
I think that he's going to listen. I think.
I mean, Sachs is around all the biggest tech companies in the world, and they didn't know this could happen.
I know. I agree. I don't think technology people are that smart. I agree with that. That piece of Silicon Valley people think they're the smartest in the world. They're not. There's other people that are also smart and equally capable. That's an arrogance of that city that has always existed, and they got exposed 100%. That is an arrogance of that community. People, Sam Altman is extremely arrogant.
Did you see that clip that resurfaced from his talk in India in 23?
That's my point.
One of the people in the audience who clearly knew what he was talking about was like, why do you think a 10-person team in India that has millions of dollars, not billions of dollars, that are really smart can compete with you? And he goes, it's hopeless. I'd like to see them try. Yeah. They tried and they beat him.
Yeah. And I that's my point is that I think this falls on the arrogance of Silicon Valley first. And I think Trump will, and Sachs, I actually have faith in Sachs to understand how to navigate it, because do you ban it? Do you let it be because American companies benefit from it? Like, I don't know. They're going to have to figure that out. That's a very nuanced decision they have to make because it's not so simple. Like, you could ban it, but then it's not beneficial.
You basically need to subsidize the American version of it, give it all for free.
Yeah.
Because you can get it.
Yeah.
You can VPN your way in getting the source code for Deepseek.
Yeah.
So the right solution, in my opinion, is government subsidizes a bunch of researchers and all the top universities, figure out how to do it, let them hire high paid people that are technical.
Why even government doesn't need to subsidize it? Make Microsoft do it. Let them pay for it. Why do we have to pay for it?
Well, that's what CCP did. And they beat us.
But fine, they could beat us, but Microsoft can pay for it. Now Microsoft, you think Satya and Sam Altman had a friendly conversation this week?
They took a selfie.
That's probably an old selfie. It's probably Satya fucking ripped into his ass and he's like, I'm going to dupe your ass now.
Yeah, because the downside is great. OpenAI, Anthropic, they're all worthless. Who cares?
I don't think anyone does. I'm telling you, Microsoft does not give two shits. Microsoft, they're a ruthless company.
Well, Satya should just, you're right. It's his own benefit.
That's what I'm saying. You don't need to this is why we don't need to get the government involved in everything. In China, you do because they don't have big companies. China does not have big companies. The biggest companies are only worth $250 fucking billion. In America, we have $3, $4, $5 trillion companies sitting around with unlimited cash. Trump should go, you want Deepseek, Satya? Fucking pay for it.
Yeah, he could do that.
Yeah, he has the cash to do it.
He could do that. He has the political willpower to do it.
Yeah. So I'm excited. But, the other interesting news in the stock market is, so the Fed came out today, basically said we're pausing interest rates. We're going to take a look at inflation. We're going to figure out this. We're going to figure out that. Didn't really say much.
Well, Powell said that he's not waiting for 2% inflation. So every quarter he says something different.
Yeah. So he basically is just backing off the 2% because he knows it's never happening. It's impossible. Mm-hmm. With inflation's here, it's sticky. It's not going anywhere. But the big news that I did see that was super interesting is gold prices have gone up 37% in the last 12 months. And that's always been an inflation hedge. And so it doesn't make sense because stocks are still not far from record highs. Gold is at an all-time high. Bonds are still in the toilet. And so all the traditional metrics that people try to gauge what's the state of the economy don't matter anymore because we're in like this weird black hole of this new world.
No, what I think it is. So did you listen to Ray Dalio's interview with Friedberg?
No.
So everyone in the institutional level is basically, according to Dalio, very scared of all the large debts around the world. Obviously, U.S. is the biggest at 35 trillion. And people are trying to hedge out of owning things denominated in U.S. dollars, which is why gold and Bitcoin have gone up so much. And Ray Dalio was saying that people are actively, clearly, gold's up 37%. Bitcoin 2x'd.
I know, but at Microsoft all-time high.
Yeah, of course. So
Ray Dalio is a shill for the CCP.
he is.
So I don't give a fuck what he thinks.
But anyways, I think there's, $7 to $9 trillion on the sideline that aren't invested from institutional funds.
Yeah.
So they got to put it somewhere. They're putting some in Microsoft. They're putting some in gold. They're putting some in Bitcoin.
Yeah. I just don't. If that was the belief, they'd be investing in other countries, and they're not.
Well, no, this is still the only investable.
That's what I'm saying. Like everyone with dollar denominated, but nonsense.
It could be foreign countries too, trying to get out of their currency.
Sure, that I believe, but
like if you're Turkey, do you want the Turkish whatever the currency is, lira, or would you rather own Bitcoin?
Yeah, I think sovereign money. If you can't put like 30% in a volatile, thing like Bitcoin of your fucking sovereign wealth. You can put 1%.
No, how much these currencies deflate is like even the Indian rupee, it's deflated like 40-50% in the last 2 years.
So the issue is Bitcoin itself is not.
Everyone's just waiting for what the US is actually going to buy, and then from the Bitcoin strategic reserve. And then every other country is going to follow.
Yeah, but
their currencies are worthless.
I know, but I agree. I just don't believe what Ray Dalio is saying.
There has to be some merit to it because both assets have gone up.
Yeah, I think there's so much cash and everywhere else is uninvestable. So you have a lot of money in the equity market.
So you basically can just do U.S. equities, gold and Bitcoin. That's it.
Yeah, and clear, they're all bigger than ever.
Yeah,
every year they're getting more and more bigger.
Yeah, because Bitcoin is right now the 6th biggest asset in the world.
Alibaba came out and said they have a better model than Deepseek.
So Deepseek put out 2 models. One was the text, which I deleted immediately.
They already got you. They have the microphone, the tag. You see their privacy policy. We're gonna watch you while you jerk off, but please sign up.
And then they released an image model, which I wouldn't download. And then Alibaba claims they have a better version of both of them.
I'm not touching Alibaba's model. I'm touching no models.
You shouldn't. You're married.
But that thing is a joke. No one. If you download those Chinese,
the American versions of them just have to come faster.
Yeah, they'll come fast. Like
Sam Altman. He was supposed to be a nonprofit, right?
The intention was so right.
Yeah.
The original Elon, Sam Altman.
We wouldn't be dealing with Deepseek if he would have open sourced everything and Deepseek wouldn't have happened.
He's the detriment to America.
He's a villain.
He's a pedo maybe too.
Is it pedo if they were both teenagers?
I guess it's just sexual assault then.
Yeah.
What's worse? Both are bad. I don't know. He's a bad fucking guy. The fact that his sister's suing him is bad. They're all throwing her under the bus as she's like a sicko or something.
Yeah, the mom is too.
Yeah, obviously, who's got the money?
Yeah,
not the poor sister. Big bro's got the money, so they're burning the whole family to the ground. I know how money changes people.
Like Succession.
Yeah. Mom, just tell them she's a nut job. I don't trust anything coming out of that guy's mouth. Really interesting news in the luxury world. So we've seen this like basically complete up and to the right over the last 5 years on luxury goods, just like the fastest growth we've ever seen. And the profits have been absolutely astronomical. And all the luxury houses have been basically reporting slow down revenue, slow down profits. LVMH finally came out. Just to give you guys scale, in 2024, they did $88 billion of revenue. And they did have a decline, but it was 2%. It was a 2% decline. It's just massive. And then their profits, though, fell 14%. But even with that, their profits were over $20 billion. On 80, I mean, it's just nuts, just absolute nuts on how much money this company makes. But you're finally seeing certain brands struggle in this market. And I'm really curious what will be the next catalyst in, like, COVID was the catalyst for luxury. Like, that took it to another stratosphere.
Yeah, all the stimmy globally.
What is going to be the catalyst now? Is it just that crypto keeps going up, stocks keep going up? I don't know. This is bananas, like how big these companies have become and how profitable they are.
So your question is, what's a stimulus for to keep going?
Yeah. The rich are just richer than ever.
Yeah, I think the 0.01% just keep getting richer.
And they'll just spend disproportionately to everyone else.
Yeah.
I mean, what is one rich person's luxury spend to an average person? Like 10,000x? Like let's say a middle class person buys what? One luxury item a year from a luxury brand. Keychain, wallet, maybe a bag, a pair of shoes. And let's say that's on average $1,000. What does a rich person spend to do to that 1,000? Like a really rich person, 0.01.
They're spending, would you say for?
So I'm saying, let's say like an average upper middle class person who they make a luxury purchase a year. They buy a wallet, maybe a handbag, maybe a pair of shoes.
1 to 2K, you're saying?
Yeah, $1,000 to $2,000 a year they'll spend. What does a 0.1%er spend?
250,000.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
So you don't need that many people.
No, I mean, and there's,
and I've heard from people within these companies, their biggest spenders spend over 10 million a year. 20 million a year.
And that's not slowing, especially with all the predictions of the stock market, S&P 6,700, 6,500, 7,000.
Yeah.
Who's benefiting from that? The people spending in these brands.
Yeah. So if that person,
and if Bitcoin hits 500,000 a coin this year,
oh, that's great for luxury. Everyone's going nuts.
They have all the tailwinds.
Yeah.
I don't think luxury is going anywhere.
And the thing, what's most interesting, because Bernard Arnault is like so impeccable of timing of swooping up brands.
Yep.
It's like he bought Tiffany. The sales and profits have just fucking soared since he bought it. They turned it around like in 1 year. There are luxury brands clearly struggling right now, like people like Burberry and some of these other brands. He's been quietly buying up shares of like Montclair. Oh, we love the family. They continue to do their thing. Like whatever, like whoever runs it. But like, there's weakness. Canada Goose, weakness. All these businesses have such weakness. This is such a great time if you're one of those like mega kind of power players to be scooping up crazy assets right now, and especially in the apparel and luxury industries.
Yeah, I mean, I think just given all the economic prosperity that the 0.01% are going to have in the next few years, makes sense.
Luxury is the place to be.
Yeah. I think it explodes.
It just goes bananas.
If the S&P really goes up, 15, 20% again this year after 30% last year.
Yeah.
And if Bitcoin really goes to 500,000.
Yeah. Well, we know
then it becomes a $10 trillion asset, Bitcoin.
Yeah. And, and everyone's going to be.
And, Trump, it's a scorecard.
Yeah.
He's not letting the stock market go down. And he's predicted $1 million Bitcoin. His whole family has.
Yeah, they're shilling everything.
So in his administration, in his next 4 years, he needs Bitcoin to hit 1 million, and he's going to do everything in his power.
He's President Trump delivers on his promises. All right, we're going to move on to winners, losers, content. What is your winner of the week on in?
This is going to surprise you, and you're going to wonder why I'm saying it. Pat Riley.
Because he has the trademark three-peat.
Yeah.
And you know Patty's about to win 3.
So Pat Riley, for people who don't follow sports, Hall of Fame coach for the Lakers when they were on their run in the 80s. They had a back-to-back, and apparently Byron Scott said, we're going to three-peat at the parade.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he went and trademarked like 18 versions of three-peat. And the Bulls three-peated twice. The Lakers then three-peated. And he gets a 5%. You know, when you three-peat, everyone's buying the merch
Yeah.
that says three-peat. And he gets a 5% royalty on that.
Tell him good luck collecting from Temu. Pat Riley ain't going to make a goddamn dollar now.
But it's one of those like funny stories.
Like who owns I own 1% of this.
Like
and,
Bobby Bonilla is making $1 million a year and hasn't played in decades or whatever.
I like it. It's good. My winner is Starbucks, my favorite brand in the world. The new CEO came in. He's making big impact right away. Earnings and sales are still down. Revenue decreased 0.3% for the last quarter. So they're expecting growth this year. The big news coming out of Starbucks is that they are going to cut 30% of their menu. Saying that they need to speed up the process of getting drinks to their customers. They have to make orders less complicated, and they're now giving away non-dairy creamer for free. So they're not upcharging you for all the other alternatives, which I think, like, why does almond milk cost more than regular milk? Because at the store, it's the same fucking price. So I think that jig is up for charging a premium for a non-dairy alternative. And he said that has had a positive impact on the brand. And so that's an industry changing thing, because every coffee shop in the fucking world charges you more for almond, soy, whatever, coconut, whatever milk you want. I think that has to go away right away. The one annoying thing I am seeing things pop up at Starbucks that I'd never seen before is the tip thing. The tablet with the tip. Starbucks never had tips. Now, like when I'm at the airport, that fucking Starbucks has a tip.
But you could opt out.
Yeah, but like,
You'd feel like a dick.
yeah, I just put $1.
It's like the Postmates DoorDash.
You know, I know Trump is not taxing tips. I wish he would ban tips.
And put the onus on the company.
You cannot, you should only pay for a tip if you are doing above and beyond for the experience. For like when I tip the person at Starbucks to make the coffee that they got hired to make, then it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, their job is to do that. Whereas a waiter, when they
have to spend an hour with you.
They spend a lot of time, and they can make your experience substantially better by being a really great waiter. Hey, does that food taste okay? Do you need another drink? Do you need more water? Do you need do you know where the bathroom is? Like, they can be pleasant. A good waiter can change your experience at a restaurant like this. And you always take care of that person who does it. Why am I paying tip for the guy at Starbucks? That's absurd.
I agree.
Or any coffee shop, to be clear. Like, I think it's absurd to ask for money.
Yeah, they're just taking advantage of the customer.
Yes, the guilt, the social guilt. But there is
waiter
reports,
at the restaurant deserves a tip.
Yes, if they deserve a tip no matter what. But like, you know, the expected now is 20%.
Now the default at some restaurants is 25.
Yeah.
Like when they give you the machine, the toast machine, it starts at 25. You have to press 20.
Yeah. To ensure proper service. Doesn't make sense to me. All right, loser.
I said it earlier. I just feel how tech got blindsided, and Meta just released earnings, stocks up like 5-6%. And I just looked, and the whole call was AI. We're going to lead. We're going to spend hundreds of billions of dollars in AI. Where were you last week before Deepseek? They all got smacked in the face, and they all had to regroup and be like, I can't believe we're losing.
Stock's up 10% now.
Yeah.
So he made a casual $200 billion today. Nothing affects tech stocks. Does not matter.
And apparently he opened the call with a love letter to Trump. That's what I just saw.
Nice. See, the tide is changing.
God.
My loser is actually Meta. They're still spending. They're still. It also reported that they lost $5 billion on their Meta Reality Labs. Give it up.
Yeah, he won't give that up.
Give it up. It did 1.1 billion in sales, lost 5.
Yeah, that's bad.
What is going on there? Does the only thing, okay, the goggles and all that shit, enough of that. No one wants to see that shit anymore. The only thing I have hope in is that fucking Ray-Ban glasses. I do believe in that.
Ray-Ban glasses do
the
what?
Meta Ray-Ban glasses.
Oh, got it.
I believe in that as a real scalable device.
It's not going to work.
I used it. It's fucking incredible. Incredible. Like if that price gets down, like I think it's $450 right now. If that somehow got to like $200, I think everyone would buy it. When you go on a concert, you want to wear those to take a picture, take a video. It's so cool.
You know what Doge should do is look at the cumulative amount that has been spent on augmented reality in the last 10 years.
In
how much
government?
Waste? No, not the government.
Wait, that's
private.
not their job, but that's private money. Who cares?
I know, but it's just...
This isn't communism. We're not Ray Dalio, okay? We're not pushing communism here. But that's my loser. What's
Okay.
your content?
Movie called Baby Girl with Nicole Kidman. Watched it last week.
Mom said it sucked. She said it's demeaning to women.
It's very salacious, so you shouldn't go see it with your parents.
Okay.
But it's a racy movie. I thought it was really good. But definitely pushes the boundary.
Okay. My content is...
And whoever that male star, the counterpart, I think he's going to be a big star. I don't even know his name.
You find him sexy?
I just saw all the girls love him.
Or you love him?
No, all the girls love him.
What, all girls? Where are you with all girls?
Everyone that has seen the movie that I'm in a group chat with that has seen it. The
You're in
women
a
are
group chat with
obsessed.
a lot of girls.
Jesus Christ. This is what I deal with.
My content is watch the Kathy coin this week. It's going to be funny.
It'll either
Because here's the thing. It's going to go up. We know it's going to go up. But here's what the other thing is going to... It's going to go down. Someone's going to fucking sell a bunch of it and it's going to
people
fucking
are
crash.
already trading it.
What?
People are already buying and selling.
Yeah, the volatility already is out of control.
Yeah.
Out of control. So it's going to be fun to watch.
What are we ending the episode at?
So I just looked and I'm quite surprised. So now, what did I say the market cap is when we started?
180 something.
Yeah, 185 or something.
We're at 266.
That's insane.
That's in 1 hour.
And this pod hasn't released.
It hasn't even released yet.
And we did what, like 27 minutes? The first 27 minutes was on the coin.
So I guess if the market cap hits 500 grand after the pod, seems realistic.
I think 750. That's my prediction.
750
By tomorrow night.
And then I think it crashes.
Yeah, then people will sell.
Yeah, I think it's 750. The early people, like if you put
$1,000 and you made like $7,000.
Yeah, you should dump. We will not dump. We will not dump. Our 9.75% is hodling. We're there. We're for the ride. But we are not selling. But it'll be good content. Mark, what's your price prediction?
Kathy to a milli.
Kathy to a million.
I like it.
Million a coin or million market cap?
No, market cap.
Okay. Million a coin would be the richest people on earth.
Let's see where it goes.
I think a good goal is $1 each coin.
Yeah, $1.
$1. Everyone's
1
really
cent.
rich.
1 cent would be huge.
1 cent's what, 100 million?
Yeah.
Dollars a billion.
Yeah. Look
It's
at you with the math.
right, we gotta go.
All right, we have some quick YouTube comments. First from @Tyler Culbertson. Deepseek should have been called Chat CCP. Ooh, that's good. Certified Crypto Boy. You guys should rename the pod to Trump Chat. That poor Anand dude can't even get a word in without defending Trump.
It was evident this episode.
Yes. We will not speak badly of the leadership. Shout out from Alejandro. Shout out to Kathy Coin. Let's fucking go.
Clearly in the Discord.
Oh my God. All right, guys. Good luck. Don't buy the fucking coin.
Then how we get into Billy?
Don't buy it. All right.